All right, so let's look at the second one. So the second one is a little bit trickier. This is the partner delivered, right? Again, we already touched on that before. So we are actually going to split the partner delivered solution into two pieces. The first one is the common one that we talked about is when the partner operates their own backend. So Coral, to your point, when we see this partner cloud. So what is this partner cloud? Is it really a cloud? It doesn't have to be a cloud. It's a compute environment. That compute can be hosted on ESXi KVM, which means they operate their own x86 farm, and they have the ESXi and KVM. The same thing can be in the actual cloud. So this could be an instance of AWS. This could be an instance of Microsoft Azure, right? So it's a compute farm that is within the operational limits of the partner ops team, right? Now, this model is not that different from what we talked about before, right? We spent great time discussing the cloud Cisco delivered, but this is relatively the same. It just the players have changed. This time, what we're talking about is the partner is offering the service of hosting those control elements, and I will draw those again so we're not forgetting those. So what we're really talking again is the vBond, the vSmart, and the vManage. Those are the control elements, the same ones that we talked about when we talked about the Cisco Cloud. These are the same ones that need to find their home. They need to be hosted somewhere, right? In this case, partner is delivering the value-added service and is deploying those control and management elements in their own compute farms, be that one of these three that we listed in here, right? The rest is pretty much the same. Once they're deployed, obviously, a partner has to have a certain tool set in order to be able to deploy, right? So they may have their own automation tools, which means if they operate their own automated DevOps environment, it's not that complicated, it's not that sophisticated. If they have some knowledge as far as how to roll out images, some degree of automation they want to run with maybe Python scripts and whatnot, they'll be able to stand it up, right? Whether they have those automation tools, or whether they want to build those automation tools, it's up to them. We also offer from Cisco two products, which is the Cisco NSO and the Cisco VMS. These are the two orchestration and automation products that a partner can consume and own, buy, and operate this environment based on the orchestration capabilities of those two tools. Right, so partners who want to launch this service and want to provide a value-added service to their customers, they don't have to completely start from scratch. They can leverage things that we offer, potentially even leverage things they already had. Right? They would be deploying this onto their own compute infrastructure. Again, it's hosted in their own infrastructure, wherever that thing is. Partner has the responsibility for the health and the scalability of this environment. Again, we took the responsibility on ourselves when we deployed this in our own public cloud. Now, partner wants to deliver this as a value-added service. The responsibility is on them. And the partner staff is responsible for SD-WAN operations, which is really the management piece of it. This is most likely the scenario. It doesn't mean that the customer is locked out. That means the primary responsibility is most likely on the partner. Why? I think it just makes sense. If a partner is deploying the control infrastructure, it only makes sense for the partner staff to manage it. And again, it doesn't mean that the customer is locked out and has no access. A partner may fully expose a vManage graphical user interface. So the graphical user interface that exists on the vManage, which is how you basically manage the environment, the partner can just expose the same GUI that they go to, and the customer can log into that. They can do role-based access control and control what functions are available for whom. Or a partner can actually write their own layer on top of the GUI, right? Something that they write on top of the GUI and exposes that additional graphical user interface, that front end that uses the APIs to interface to the vManage GUI or vManage server, and those are the ones exposed to the customer, right? So that delivery model does not preclude the customer from connecting into this environment. Right. But again, likely that the partner will have the primary responsibilities to manage the environment. Right. Now, if we look at kind of the variant of this, is this. So a partner can also deploy the control infrastructure onto the Cisco cloud environment. Not the most popular option. It is possible. So from the feasibility standpoint, it's there. We're still kind of a little bit exploring that option, the tool sets and things that have to do with that option. It is a possibility for some of our partners that are saying, we want to deliver the value-added service, yet we're not operationally ready to undertake this. We may not have the compute power to host those things. We've just never done this before, right? We don't know how to go about the service. So for those partners, we can offer the fast track into providing SD-WAN as a service. And the fast track is really say, why don't you leverage what we have already built, and you would deploy the customers into the Cisco SD-WAN service, but leveraging the tool set that we can provide you. Right? So it's a fast track into launching a Cisco SD-WAN service for partners that are not quite ready for self-hosting. Now, which one would we promote more? It's a good question. I think if I were to wear a partner hat, I would probably want this one. Right? The reason being is that I have the full responsibility and ownership for the infrastructure elements that a customer consumes. So as a value that I provide to the customer, I am better off with this option. This option is somewhat less sticky, so to speak, for the partner delivery, because the entire control infrastructure, even though instantiated by the partner, is physically hosted in the Cisco cloud, which holds a little bit of less stickiness element for the partner themselves, right? So we have partners on both kind of the range of doing this in a completely self-owned compute, or exploring an option to do this on a Cisco public cloud backend.